So I want to talk about something that really pisses me off. And yeah, I know a lot of things piss me off, but this one in particular. You've heard this story about Trump adding a ballroom onto the White House for like $200 million or something. And there are renderings of what this fucking monstrosity is going to look like. And, you know, it's got friggin' gold everywhere. It looks freaking ridiculous, like every Trump property. But here's what pisses me off. How the hell does he even have the authority to do this? And I'm asking this seriously because I don't know the answer to this. How is it that he is able... I mean, he is just a temporary occupant of that building. He doesn't own it. It's not his. It belongs to the United States. It belongs to the American people. Why the hell is he allowed to just make any changes to it that he wants to? You know, he ripped out the rose garden and he I don't know, put friggin' some sort of gaudy pavers all over it because he didn't like walking in the grass or some shit. Now he's doing this massive expansion with adding this enormous ballroom. Where does he get the authority to do this? I honestly don't know. You know, I know that presidents in the past have done renovations to the White House, and I never gave it really any thought to how that happened. Did they do it unilaterally? Did it, was Congress involved? I never cared because it just was never anything I gave any thought to. But now, with this piece of shit in office, and the fact that everything he does is all about him, and especially with him redesigning parts of the White House, because the man has no taste, no class, and any renovation that he's going to do, it's going to be all about him. It's going to be a reflection of him. And he's doing it for him. So now that he's doing this, and also renovations in the past have not been absurd, like this freaking ballroom. So I never really gave it any thought. Now I am. And now I'm wondering, has this been the way that it's been done in the past, that just presidents can come in and do whatever the hell they want? And if so, where the hell do they get that authority? As I said, they don't own it. Certainly Donald Trump, right? Let's just keep it on this fucking ballroom. He does not own that White House. How is it that he is allowed unilaterally to a couple things? First, change the White House in this way. How is it that he is allowed just unilaterally to add this freaking ballroom onto the White House, a property that he does not own, without Congress approving it? That's number one. Number two, how the hell is he allowed to spend $200 million or whatever it is? And if he's projecting it to be $200 million, it's probably going to be 3 or 4 times that amount. Where the hell does he get the money to do that? Has this been appropriated by Congress? It sure doesn't seem like it has been. And I know we don't follow the Constitution anymore, but the Constitution clearly says that no money shall be spent from the U.S. Treasury unless it has been appropriated by Congress. So unless Congress has appropriated money for Trump to spend for this friggin' ballroom, then it is completely unconstitutional for him to spend a penny on this project. Unless Congress has just in the past given the president a complete blank check. And I don't know that has happened. I wouldn't be surprised if that has happened. But unless Congress just said, hey, presidents can spend whatever they want. This is an ongoing, open-ended appropriation by Congress. The president can spend whatever the hell he wants on renovating the White House in any way that he wants. Unless Congress has actually passed a law like that, and again, I don't know that they have, then this is completely unconstitutional, hence illegal. Now, maybe they did, because Congress has, for decades, just been giving away its power. And why wouldn't it give its power away over appropriations in this regard if they've given, since they've done it in so many other ways? And we're seeing the consequences of that, left and right now with this corrupt Trump regime. With the tariffs, for example, okay, the Constitution makes very clear only Congress can impose tariffs. But Congress in the past has just given all kinds of broad authority to the president. Well, if the president declares an emergency, he can use all these powers. And that's what Trump is using right now to impose these tariffs. Now, I don't believe any law that Congress passed specifically empowers him to impose tariffs, but such has been the language of these pieces of legislation passed by Congress having to do with giving the president all these emergency authorities that it's arguable. And so Trump has taken some of those laws passed by Congress and said, hey, this gives me the authority to impose tariffs unilaterally. Currently, that's being litigated in the courts. But who really has any confidence that if it gets up to the Supreme Court, that they're going to rule against Trump? I mean, anyway, this whole friggin' system is just upside down. But this in particular really, really pisses me off. Where the hell, and again, I'm serious. I honestly don't know the answer to this question. So if any of you have an answer to this question, where the hell does he get the authority to both spend $200 million plus without a specific appropriation by Congress? Has there been a generalized appropriation for presidents on this shit? And two, where does he get the authority to just renovate the White House in any way that he wants to? It's not his. I'm telling you, the next president better undo everything that this piece of shit has done. That monstrosity that he used to pay, whatever the fuck that is now, that is paved over the Rose Garden, that needs to be jackhammered the hell out of there. I don't know about this ballroom. I mean, we're going to spend $500 million by the end of all of it on this massive ballroom. Is that going to be all taken down? Probably not. Let me tell you something, though. It's going to be called the Trump Ballroom. You know it. That shit better not stand after he leaves office. Name it to something else. I would prefer just to rip the whole thing down, but I'm realistic. That's probably not going to happen, but you better damn well not call it the Trump fucking Ballroom. There better not be a portrait of him anywhere in there, and you better take down all that gaudy gold leaf crap that he's going to have plastered all over the walls. Have you seen, by the way, what the friggin' Oval Office looks like now? Oh my God. This man has no class, no taste. Anyway, thanks for hearing me rant. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you again soon. By the way, one more thing. I was just getting ready to upload this video, and then I thought about this. If, in fact, there has been no appropriation from Congress for Donald Trump to spend $200 million plus on this friggin' gaudy ballroom of his, that's an impeachable offense. If he has no congressional authorization to spend this money, and he spends this money from the national treasury, that is an impeachable offense. It's illegal, it's unconstitutional, and just add that to the long list of things he should be impeached and removed from office for. I know it's not going to happen, at least not anytime soon, but just wanted to throw that out there. It's impeachable.